Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be building a Series 8 rank ladder team built around Duskmane Necrozma. If you had watched my previous video, you'll know that Series 8 is bringing restricted Pokemon to the ranked ladder, which is super exciting. And in that video I talked about how I think Duskmane Necrozma could be really interesting because it's slower than Solgaleo, not too slow, and he can also set up his own trick room, which I think is really cool. Being weak to Bulldoze, we can use that to set up his weakness policy. And because of his ability and his insane bulk, he'll just be like an incredible wall that someone will have to take down. And also in this video I'm going to be going through my process and how I build Pokemon and Pokemon teams. So after this video, hopefully you guys will learn a thing or two about team building and you'll be able to build your own Series 8 team. And it'll make for a really interesting season, I think. So, like I said, we're going to start with Necrozma here. And Necrozma gets pretty good coverage. And two signature moves that are really good in Photon Geyser and Sun Steel Strike. So, Necrozma Duskmane is like a beefed up Metagross. So, most Metagross teams actually don't bring the Psychic coverage, so I'm not sure if I will keep the Photon Geyser there, but I might. We'll see. What else? So, ground coverage is super important to deal with those other Steel types, because without the Earthquake, he can't really hit them. But the downside is, I would much rather have High Horsepower or Stomping Tantrum, because Earthquake hits your ally as well, and is blockable by Wide Guard, which is something that I mentioned in my last video. Wide Guard is going to go up in usage significantly in this season. I guarantee it, and I'm definitely going to be bringing Wide Guard on this team. So the first thing you should do when you build a team, you should pick a strategy or Pokemon and build around it, and build your core. And your core is a group of usually 3 Pokemon that support your main strategy or Pokemon. So this is going to be a Trick Room team, so we're going to go Neg Speed, and we're just going to go ahead and make him Brave Nature to start out with. And 0 Speed IVs. It's really important that you just get as slow as possible for Trick Room teams. And because I don't really know what would be the best set for now, we're just going to go Max and HP and attack. Can't go wrong with Max. Once you get more into team building and you really know what your threats are and stuff like that, then you can start changing up the spread a little bit more. But right now, I think a really solid Pokemon that could support Necrozma here is Tapu Fini. And that's because Necrozma is super weak to Will-O-Wisp. And it's going to be a huge issue for him if I don't have Misty Surge to block the Will-O-Wisp. Another thing that Necrozma has that makes him a little bit worse than Solgaleo and Metagross is he doesn't have the Clear Body, or Solgaleo's version of Clear Body, which makes it so they can't have stats dropped. But that is also part of the core of how the Trick Room team works. So that's something we'll have to watch out for. I think this is just going to be a offensive variant of Fini. I'm going Moonblast because, like I said, Wide Guard is going to be really popular this generation, and I'm going to need a single target move. But I'm still going to go Muddy Water because overall Muddy Water is a really good move. Drop has a 30% chance of drop accuracy. I'm going to go Calm Mind and Protect. Now, typically you want Protect on your, like, primary attacking mons, but since Necrozma is so bulky and I'm running Trick Room, I don't want to run Protect. I'm just gonna go full-on, bulky, special attacker. 4 into special defense to get that extra boost from the Calm Mind. And then Modest Nature to do extra damage after the Calm Mind. And I also need to change these to 50. This is going to be on Rank Ladder, where everything is base 50, and that actually changes how you need to do your spreads. Because at level 100, you get a stat point every 4 EVs, and at level 50, you get it every 8 after the first 4. And then I really need a Wide Guard Pokemon, and I want that to be part of my core. And you know what? Fake Out would be really good as well. Because Fake Out Wide Guard as a combination really stops just about anything from stopping my Trick Room. Hitmontop was really good because Intimidate. I don't know what item to go on Hitmontop, so I'm just going to drop a Citrus Berry on here. Because hopefully he'll be bulky enough to take 1 hit, and the Citrus Berry will make it bulky enough to take 2. So we wanted Wide Guard and Fake Out. Oh yeah, it gets Bulldoze as well. So Bulldoze will be our primary way of activating our weakness policy, and then that'll make it easier for my Pokemon to operate in Trick Room as well. And what should his 4th move be? Should it be something offensive? I mean, this is a very supportive set, so I think I'm gonna... Oh, Coaching! Yeah, we can go Coaching. So like with 4, I think I'm just gonna go a specially defensive set. And mostly just max into stats, because I don't... Like I said, I don't know what's gonna be best. And I want to go in Neg Speed on this one as well. Because he's actually slightly slower than Necrozma. So I'll be able, after the Trick Room, I can use Bulldoze, and he'll go first. Which will activate Necrozma's weakness policy before his turn. An especially defensive set is best because he has the Intimidate, so he's going to be taking physical attacks pretty well already on when you bring him in. And change that to 50. Who should we use next? So that'll be our core. They support each other pretty well. They don't have any shared type weaknesses, which is super good. And they actually take the opposing Pokemon hits pretty well for them. So I think that's a solid core. It's not a typical core like Water, Fire, Grass or Steel Dragon Fairy, but I think it's pretty solid. And I like to use secondary strategies on my team because you're not always going to have a favorable matchup when you're using Trick Room. They could have Trick Room, they could have a better Trick Room core than you. I personally don't think this is like the strongest Trick Room core because my speed stats are a little too high. I think I'm going to bring Sun because Torkoal works really well in Trick Room and can make for a solid support Pokemon also for the other core strategy. So a lot of people like to go Choice Scarf Torkoal or Choice Specs Torkoal, full offensive. I really like supportive Torkoal. So Again, change that to 50. Item. I like to go charcoal, because I know it's a supportive set, but charcoal just makes Heat Wave in the sun hit pretty hard. And I'm not going to go Eruption, because Heat Wave is going to be probably his only attacking move. With the Feeny, I can't really use Will-O-Wisp or Yawn. Oh, but we can use Clear Smog. Protect. Could go Earth Power as a fourth move, or Solar Beam. But like I said, I want this to be more of a supportive set. You know what? I could make him another Bulldoze user. I think that's what I'll do. And I'll go like max defensive. And I know, like I said, it's not super smart in doubles to max in defensive, because you were going against two Pokemon. So you're not going to just be taking hits from one attacking type. But for now, because I don't really know exactly what build I want to go for, I'm just doing that. And then I'll play around and make changes later. And then if we're going to Sun, we're obviously got to go Venusaur. Life Orb is like the best item on Venusaur. Chlorophyll. So a lot of people will go things like Leaf Storm or Frenzy Plant. I am not one of those people, because I don't want my Pokemon to operate in a weak way, or in a loose way, I guess would be a better frame of reference. I don't like my Pokemon to have bad moves when they're not maxed. Because Venusaur is not always going to be the one that I max. Although he is my secondary max target, I just don't really like putting things like Frenzy Plant or Leaf Storm on my Pokemon. So we're just going to go with Energy Ball, because it's a strong move, and it doesn't have any downsides. Sludge Bomb, Earth Power, and Sleep Powder. And we're going to go with that Modest Nature, because we're going to be in the sun. And after the Chlorophyll speed boost, even if I'm not timid, I still outspeed most things. Like, Calyrex in the Ghost Horse form has a max of like 240, and without timid I hit a max of 264. So it's not super necessary to have timid. I like modest. And then another thing I like to do is have a Choice Scarf mod, something that operates well on both strategies. Choice Scarf doesn't do great in Trick Room, but once Trick Room's over, because it only lasts 5 turns, I'll be able to switch into that Choice Scarf user. And it also is good because if my Trick Room fails, I do have a fast Mon to do some revenge damage, stuff like that. So what do we currently need for the team? We have 2 ground weaknesses, no electric type. There's a lot of flying type weakness policy users out there that really fear electric type Pokemon, so I think I'll need something like that. Maybe a Levitate. See, I could use one of the Rotons. But the thing is, I'll be doubling up on type if I do that. You know what? Zapdos gets Heat Wave, and that makes him another Pokemon that can abuse the sun. So if we go Choice Scarf, I don't think static or pressure is... I think I'll just go static, because pressure and static aren't super good abilities. I don't want to go discharge, because I don't have anything that will take a discharge well on my side. We're going to go with Heat Wave, Thunderbolt. Oh, Volt Switch gives us a pivot option. Does he not get Air Slash? Wow, Zapdos doesn't get Air Slash. Okay. It's so weird because all of the other birds do, I think. Pretty sure. Guess we can go Hurricane. It gives an option for me to abuse somebody else's Rain if they really set it up. Or I could set up Rain with Tapu Fini if I max Tapu Fini. Up to 50, and then 252. And then, should I go timid or modest? Okay, so if I go timid, my max out speed will be 250. Oh, exactly, I'm pretty sure. 250. So that puts me just over Dragapult, Calyrex, Ghost Horse. Who else? Zacian and Zamazenta too, so I think that's a good set. If I were to go modest, how fast am I? So that puts me 126, 76? 76. Maybe a little too slow, so we're definitely gonna go timid. Okay, so I think this is what I'm gonna be set with. We're gonna build this and we're gonna do a battle on the channel with it. And we'll see how it does. If there's any changes done to it, I'll mention it in the next video. If you like the team, let me know. If you have any ideas for what could make it a little bit better, also let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate you coming to watch this video, and I'll catch you later.